Alright guys, I don't know if you guys followed up on my last video, but it was a pretty dope video, and I did promise to do a giveaway in my next build video, which this is the build video. Anyways, the reason why I'm going to start off with a new build is, well, I like the build first and foremost, and second of all, my main bird's a GRL Titanium Pro 2, and I haven't been quite happy with it. It's very durable to an extent, but there's a couple weaknesses and a couple of design things that I don't really like, and I've reached out to GRL, but they never got back to me. Sent them an email, but one of the issues is the top plate. If you see the top plate, this is the camera area right here, and this top plate basically is weak right here where the camera mounts are, and it snaps. And I snapped this one, ordered a replacement, and this one recently snapped as well. Same exact spot. The other thing is that the arms, you know, they're pretty strong, but when they go, they always go in the same spot. Right here at this screw, they end up snapping right across there. So there's two pieces, snaps right here. And the third and final thing that really drives me nuts is, you know, when you order a set of arms, you can order like a set of two, so you think you're getting two arms, but really you're getting a left and a right. You're not really getting two usable arms unless you always break like one side or the other, or, you know, one each. But I emailed them with a simple solution, just like a lot of other frames. The arms are identical, except for under the motor mount there's a little notch out for the screw to clear for the bell, where it attaches to the actual stator. So underneath the base right there, they have that little divot that's cut out. But if they just actually put a hole all the way through, then you could use a left arm as a right, or right as a, you know, as a left, and just have one standard arm. And getting parts from Ukraine is really hard. I actually ordered a second GRL frame. I've been waiting over a month for it. It still hasn't came. All my parts are backlogged. They haven't came in, so I don't know what's going on with it. But so I ended up having to actually take and drill an arm out that was a left arm to make it to a right. So I drilled it, it worked, but you know, that's something simple that engineering could have done, you know, without, just to make life easier for people, for pilots, you know, better usability experience, I believe. So I'm gonna try something different. I do love this frame. I'm not gonna give up this frame just yet. I do have a spare coming, but I'm gonna start looking for something new. I'm gonna start looking for something that's tough. And you know, I hear things. I've been running Moongoats, and Moongoats have a problem with the Moongoat is same thing right here. They have a 45, and there's no taper, so right here they always break. These arms break very easily, and also the arms actually, the bolts that go into the standoffs right here, this bolt always bends in a crash, and it actually pushes the arm back along with the whole motor, so that the tips, there's not a whole lot of clearance, and these tips will actually start touching and rubbing. You have to actually pry them apart, and eventually it'll break right here. So Moongoat has been out for a while, and this actually is going to be my little sacrificial lamb that I'm going to use today for the Vista. And I had ordered a new flight controller for this build, but I actually broke one in a crash, so I'm gonna rob this one from its little home right here, and I'm gonna actually build this guy. I don't know if you guys have heard about this guy, but it's the Quadmula Siren F5 split, and I went ahead and started putting it together the other day, just the frame, and I printed up some TPU that needed to be done. I did some custom, like a custom antenna on the back and a custom GoPro session mount, and then I didn't like the color green that they sent for all the TPU. It was just like, you get what you get and that's it. So I actually printed some blue, and I'm hoping that you know, it just pops a little bit. And in this, I'm basically gonna end up running, let's see here, I'm gonna run some F80s, right? These F80s are are 2200 kV, so they are freaking monsters. I'm gonna be putting them on 6S. I'm gonna be running it with the Reaper ESC and the FETtec FC, the F7, not the G4. I like the F7 because I can actually use whatever software I want. I could put Alpha on it, I could put KISS on it, I could put Betaflight on it, and I like it like that. I can run whatever I want. If I want to experiment or play with the newest firmware that's out, and that's me, I'm kind of a tinkerer, so I like what's the latest and greatest, and you know, I'm always looking to see if there's something better. So that's what I'm going to be running. These are the motors right here. I already pulled them out. Oh, I got a screw stuck on there. Anyways, yeah, it's freaking, these guys right here are pretty beefy. They're F80s, you know, they're big. You're gonna get like 3 minutes of flight time on something like that GRL, but you're gonna have insane power, an easy tune, it's easy to tune, and great flyability, great control resolution, the whole 9 yards. You know, honestly, the reason why I'm building this build is I seen Murder's FPV, I seen his build, and it intrigued me, you know, and he said, oh, it's super durable, it's super durable. You know, I see him, he flies a lot of parks and stuff like that, so we'll see. I'm trying to take his word on it. I do like, to an extent, the design of the tapered arms. Everything's tapered. There's not a lot of motor protection. That's the only weakness that I see, but it's light. It's a lower profile. And I think it might be good. I don't know. It's still got a thin top plate, 2 millimeters, I believe, along with the bottom. So we're gonna try it out. We're gonna run it and see what happens. So I'm gonna start in, and I'm gonna actually dissect the other quad because I need to start the build, and it's got the parts that I need in there. I got to put the Vista in underneath the ESC, so that's got to come out of the other quad. So time to really move on. What I'm going to work on right now is going to go ahead and mount the motors up first and foremost. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And the only odd thing I noticed about this build is that there's 2 different sizes you're going to have to use for your motors with the skids anyways. If you're using the skids, they come with some PS3 spacers that go into, there's actually a spacer right here that goes in, and it's got like a barrel on it, so you're actually tightening the barrel and that spacer to the actual carbon. That's one of the things I really liked about this gig was this one right here. Let's see here, I'll pull it off real quick. Let me grab the right tool. Yeah, that was it. All right, so you see these guys, they're like coned, but they go all the way through. So there's a cylinder on them. Let's go ahead and pop one out. They're kind of tight. Kind of a tight fit. Yep. All right, there you go. See, that's what it looks like right there. And then it's beveled on the inside. So for theirs, you have to actually like use their beveled screw there. So it's 2 different sizes. You've got a 2 millimeter and then the 2.5 millimeter for your regular stuff. So that's the only difference really. I mean, it's not bad. It's nothing big. It's just when you're out in the field, instead, if you have to replace a motor, take the motor off, you got 2 different sizes versus just one. I mean, I'm sure you can find some sockets that are 2 millimeter as well, but most of the ones that are out there that I know of are not 2 millimeter. And I know these are some big old honking motors for this little tiny light frame, but you know what? That's what I'm running on the GRL, and I freaking love it. And I figure I'm going to have even more insane power. But I will have basically a longer flight time because it's going to be lighter, right? I mean, only makes sense, right? I mean, come on, guys. And I'm all about power. I like a lot of power. When you're building these, you want to make sure that your screws are not going past the other side of the base. And I kind of just, I don't want to over tighten them, and I don't typically run Loctite. I always check my gear, but Loctite is a good idea if you know you're not one to stay up on your gear as frequently. But I like to always kind of, before I go out and fly, I'll check everything. I'll go through real quick, check it all. So that's one motor on, and I'm gonna go ahead and knock out the rest, and then I'll get back to you. All right, guys, got her back together. Got these tasty motors on here. Anyways, I think next step is gonna be to go ahead and get these motors soldered up. And well, actually I got to get the Vista put in first, and then I'll solder it up. I'll get the Vista dialed in. One more. I do like these bolts that they gave us though. Nice little socket heads, regular 1.5 millimeter. Pretty nice that they include the air unit setup is in the kit, you know. So now I need to worry about soldering up my RX, and I'm still trying to debate on what to do with the RX. I'm thinking I'm going to put it underneath here. There's a little gap, like a little housing in there, and there's actually a little notch out. It's like almost the perfect spot. I don't think I'll put my RX there, but maybe my antenna. Camera just falls right out. That's gonna be irritating. Gonna be irritating when I'm working on this thing. Shit. This whole quad's gonna fall apart right now. So like I said, watch to the end, guys. Watch to the end, because you guys, there's going to be a giveaway. Damn, that arm just jumped out of there. Caught it with my legs, though, because I'm slick like that. Freaking ninja status, because I got my ninja shirt on. FPV Hobby Ninja be freaking rolling. They got the gear you need. TeamManiacs.com, Big Oily, he's got the freaking the dope freaking oily frame in stock now. That's gonna be my next build. Gotta get me some of that oily frame. And this is how you don't build a frame. Honestly, it's kind of like last resort like idea here. I thought about it before, but I wasn't for sure if I would try it or not. I was kind of like up in the air about it. But now it's like, if this thing fits, look at that. Look at that, let's see. That. Carbon everywhere. I mean, it like fits like perfect like in there. To actually like get it shut, that might be another story. All right, so we got that in. That thing is not going anywhere now. She's in there like permanently. Very good, very good. All right, and this, that. It's like so tight too. It's like just stretched just right. Well, not really just right, but just tight. And this is gonna come back and it'll go on my receiver on top of the stack here. And next, that requires a receiver. Boom shakalaka. One ELRS receiver. Oh baby, baby. I do have a little plastic freaking TPU mount that I used on the other one that I took off. And it is blue, it does match. Just don't know what I did with it when I popped it off. It's right over here, right? Yeah, here it is. Youth of the nation. Alright, I'm gonna solder up this receiver. Alright. Touch up these pads a little bit. Have our ground to the ground here. Five volt. And we're going to do our RX, the TX, and our TX to RX, because this is actually a KISS flight controller, but this time I'm going to be running Betaflight on it. I know there's going to be a lot of problems with that with people in the comments, but you know what? Like I said, the one thing about this is you can run anything you want on it, and that's just how it is. You know, you can run whatever you want. So whenever I put flux on, I always like to clean it off. I had this flight controller and this Caddx already wired up, so I'll put a wiring diagram on the screen, but my pins are already set up and I know exactly how it goes on the top, which is actually the bottom because it's upside down. Normally my builds seem a lot smoother, but today is a little bit of an off day, I guess you would say. There we go. And typically what I do is I just like to twist this to shorten it up. All right, we got that receiver wired up, and now we've got this ESC that we're gonna wire up. All right, so I got the iron over here. I got a Hakko 880D, and she puts out quite a bit of heat. I like to run it at 880 topped out, so that's what I pretty much run it at. Clean your tip nice and good. Gonna put a little heat. I'm gonna start with the negative. The negative normally takes a little bit more. Heat to get them stuck. One float out. Okay, and what else we're going to do is go ahead and just tin everything up. I like to normally throw a little bit of a flux pen on there and just basically pre-wet everything up. On the race wire. Extra strip I'll just toss to the side for now. All right, got our 3D printed parts printed up. They didn't come out the greatest, but they're gonna work. Seems like everything today is a little off. Make sure this cap fits. We've got positive, negative. Like so. And then what I'll do is I'm gonna run some solder on the outside there. what I like to do is just try to rubber she starts to flow in with the other one. I think I could take it in a little bit more. It's like a little build-up. That's it. Nice. Negative. Make sure negative is negative and positive is positive. More. I don't know if you guys have ever repinned anything, but it's really quite easy. It's not very difficult to do. But I am going to have to repin my harness, which is right here. This just does not line up directly with Heli ESCs, or this Reaper ESC for that matter. And best way to repin, honestly, is to look at two schematics and then figure out which one goes where. But in my circumstance, I will put that on the board for you, but I'm using my phone for the camera, so it makes it really hard for me to go ahead and pull it all apart right now. But what I can do is pull out the existing harness on my GRL, which is the exact same setup. Gonna make sure that everything is golden without any shorts. All right, we did an official weigh-in in the beginning, right? Of the GRL, weighed 559, and pop this session out. All right, pilots, this is the day all you guys been waiting for. I'm Drone Poison, and this is my Siren F5 by Quadmula. I did a quick build video on this, and today is the chance for you guys to win a custom drone that I built. It's not going to be this one, but it's going to be something very comparable. And bottom line is, the way you got to enter is you got to like, sub, and comment. Your comment will get you an entry into my hat. You put your name on it. But if you guys also share the video, and like with a family member or whatever, friends, and they subscribe, like, and comment your pilot name, you will get a second entry, and so forth. If you keep getting more people, every time your name is commented, or your channel name, you will get an entry. And they will also get an entry as well. So basically, good luck, guys. I mean, you guys are gonna have a sweet, sweet, sweet quad at the end of this. I'll show you what it looks like, but for now we're gonna go ahead and maiden this and see how she does. I'm out here at a cool little spot today. We got some pipes to play with, and we'll try to make the best of it and see how it goes. So you guys hang in there, hang tight, and we're gonna go ahead and try to kill some drones today.
I only take a knee for Jesus, cause I know I got a reason for redeeming my sins, but I'm believing. This land is falling to the devil's death grip. It's hard to stand by and sit back and watch a sinking ship. It's so loud, so proud, while they're tearing down the family. The nuclear war on Christianity, uprooting all traditions while they call it activism. Separating all religions, trading God for division, while we're feeling the everyday hustle. Blue collar nation in trouble. We busting ass and we getting taxed.
All right. Did you guys like the way that was flying? Did you guys think it was like an okay maiden? I thought it was pretty good. I mean, not too bad, but just so you guys know, I kind of pulled a prank on you. You know, drone poison status. So anyways, what I did was I actually was flying the giveaway quad. It's flying pretty good. I like it. So this quad, what it's got is it's got some Pacer V3 2207s, 2080 kV. It's got a G4, FETtec G4 flight controller, running KISS firmware, and it's got a BL Heli 32 Infinity 305 ESC from Newbeedrone. That's one of my go-to ESCs. My new build, actually, I switched up to Reaper. But yeah, it's on a Triton frame, and she rips. So anyways, I will show you a picture of her in a minute. She's all beat up at the moment, but she'll have some fresh new props on her for you. All right, I know you guys are probably tired of looking at my ugly mug, but I just wanted to give you a quick shot of what this Triton looks like. And you guys might have seen it before. It's been around on my wall for a little bit, but I don't typically fly it. I flew it for a little while, and now it's just chilling. So here she is. All right, this is the giveaway quad. She's a little dirty. She's pretty sweet. Only thing I'm debating is on the camera and the VTX. I'm not for sure how to work that, because a lot of people are running different systems, so it might just come without the Vista and without the camera, and then you guys can put in whatever you want. Other than that, she's running ELRS, and it won't come with the session either, or the battery, just the props.
We keep it chill and spit the truth and let the speakers hear. Millennium